Watch this. You think you're losing to spin, but the real reason you're missing returns is something you're doing before the ball even arrives. You think you're losing to spin, but actually you're losing to position and rhythm. Let me show you. There's a key issue with your upper body posture that's slowing down your step in on short balls. The moment you go to receive, your torso stays completely upright, stiff like a board. Even if your feet get there, you have no quality on the shot. Your center of gravity must stay forward and wrapped around the ball. Table tennis is round, everything curves. From your toes up, I'm gripping the floor, leaning forward. Every joint in your body needs that arc. Straight legs, wrong. Locked ankles, wrong. You need bend everywhere. Look at my feet right now, my toes are curled, actively gripping the ground. You should never stand flat. That forward lean starts from the floor and flows up through every joint. Next, watch the difference. On backhand receive, you're standing up tall. But on forehand, you stay crouched, and that's exactly why your forehand arc is better than your backhand arc. Some of you might ask, does bending my knees really affect my hands that much? Absolutely. Think of it this way, if your base is loose and your upper body is tight, that's impossible. It doesn't work. A tight base creates a tight top. If your legs are wobbly, your whole receive, your entire game state falls apart. The foundation starts from the ground up. Now remember those key points. Your upper body always maintains that curve, and your legs stay bent, stay crouched. Watch the difference when the knees drop properly. See, so much better. For those of us with shorter legs, it's even easier to sit into that squat. The legs directly affect how compact your upper body stays. That split-second friction, that forward drive, it all comes from the base. Look at Fan Zhendong, look at those thighs from the side. Why does he squat so deep? Because his upper body needs to generate power. Without that deep squat, his shots would float. The more power you want, the deeper you squat. Then now watch the practice. Center of gravity stays low, good. See that ball hit the net, that's what happens when you rise up. Let's keep going with some higher quality serves. Don't worry about missing, it's completely normal at this stage. If you can handle tough serves, you can handle anything in a rally. That push right there, beautiful. See how the backhand improves once the knees stay bent. The whole posture changes. The receive becomes cleaner, more controlled. Watch the legs, they stay loaded throughout the stroke. The racket stays compact in front of the body. No reaching, no lunging. That's the state you want, low, stable, ready. Much better quality now. After that, beautiful. Don't worry if a push goes long, stay confident. Those forehand loops against backspin were spot on. The quality is already much higher. Honestly, just fixing that posture and staying low can add a couple of rating points immediately. The improvement is that direct. Get your stance right, keep those knees bent, and the results show up right away. I want you to see the difference. A moment ago the stroke couldn't even take shape, and now it's coming out clean. That's what happens when the body position is correct. The technique you already have finally gets a chance to work. Moving on, why did those early forehand receives keep dropping into the net? And why does the backhand give recreational players so much trouble? Because your center of gravity is up here. When you see heavy spin, your body instinctively pulls upward. So point number one, when receiving backhand, your center of gravity must stay low, squat down and hold it. Watch me crouched here, no problem at all. Now point number two, why are you still making errors? Because your hand and your body are working in opposite directions. Your hand goes up while your body pulls back. Watch, that's how the ball dumps into the net. You need to understand this clearly. Let me show you on a forehand backspin receive. Make your body and your hand move in the same direction. Let me give you an analogy. On a forehand receive, if I want the ball to go forward, my body goes forward too, even just a little bit. If you can't coordinate that, or you're nervous and tense, then just don't move your body at all. Because a body moving opposite to your hand cancels out your arc and your depth. If the ball needs to go up, say on a wide-angle receive, my body climbs upward with my hand. They become one direction. Backhand is the same principle. If your stroke goes up, body goes up. If your stroke goes forward, body goes forward. Your body and hand cannot oppose each other. Watch this example. On the forehand loop, the hand pulls forward but the body drifts upward. On the backhand, the stroke goes forward while the body lifts. Those are opposite forces, and they send the ball off target. You can't generate the arc you want. If you feel like your body can't keep up or you're not coordinated enough yet, just keep your body still. Stand firm and let your arm do the work. The key is, never let your body fight against your hand's direction. Next, now the third issue. Watch the later receives, they improved because the forearm finally engaged. On the backhand, same problem showed up earlier. There was good finger pressure on the ball for friction, and that part is fine. But after that initial contact, the stroke stopped too short. The forearm didn't follow through. This is especially common among women players. Most tend to cut the swing short and rely only on the wrist and fingers without extending through with the forearm. This is the same pattern, the swing stops too early. When you see heavy spin coming, your instinct is to freeze up right after the fingers do their work. But notice, the later receives improved because the forearm finally pushed forward and completed the stroke. That's what I mean by finishing the action. When I receive side spin or backspin, I have to escort the ball forward through the stroke. When I say don't pull back on the backswing, that doesn't mean you can't accelerate through the back half of the swing. Watch my backhand, no big backswing, but I still extend through. Same on the forehand. After contact, I send the follow-through out so the arc stays long. Otherwise, the ball lifts but has no forward penetration. Without that follow-through, the ball drops into the net. The heavier the incoming spin, the longer your follow-through needs to be. Watch, even with extreme backspin, if I extend fully, the ball still lands on the table. Don't panic when you see heavy backspin. Your instinct is to rush and snap the racket quickly, but that's exactly wrong. You should hold the contact and escort the ball forward through the stroke, like you're protecting it. The more you rush, the weaker and more tentative you get. So remember, sink your weight, bend your knees, drive your body and hand in the same direction, and extend that follow-through. Don't cut it short. Now watch the drill now. There, the stroke shape is forming, but it's still cut short. Now the body and hand fire together. That's it, same direction. Don't drag against yourself. Much better. Extend, escort the ball, there it is. If the ball goes long, that just means the arc needs adjusting, and that's fine. With backspin, going long is never the real problem, going into the net is. Going long means you committed to the stroke. Now you just refine the angle.